Good evening. Matt here, one of your nerds of the north. Decided to talk about something a little bit different today. Now, I've gone into depth before over my Blu-ray collection, over my Dungeons and Dragons games, my video games. These are just the strategy guides for them. More Dungeons and Dragons here. Even covered Star Trek. Well, it's time to switch it up. Go with something a little bit more current gen. We had a release come out in October. That was absolutely brilliant. And I spent the first weekend after the release running through the game as fast as I could because I just couldn't put the game down. I'm talking about the Nintendo 3DS release of Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. Yes, I bought both editions. Why did I buy both editions? The classic Pokemon story. Sometimes you get Pokemon in one version that you won't get in another, and you'll need to have two versions to trade between. Now, I know friends who have a 3DS who might not have picked up the Pokemon game, so if I want to get those traded characters, I have to supply a second copy for them to be able to trade with me. Now, X, I'm not very far into X, because X is my backup game. Y, I'd completely beat Y. Well, not completely. I didn't fully do the Pokédex here, people. I beat the Elite Four. Took me a long time to do. Took me about 50 hours to get through and beat the Elite Four. Because I was rushing through it and I fell into the trap that I used to always fall into when I was playing Blue and Red. And that was once I'd find my classic group, or as close to my classic group of characters, I wouldn't bother training anybody new. And this release, which, by the way, in my opinion, Pokemon X and Pokemon Y, the best Pokemon release since the original Blue and Red. Okay? Yellow was good. Yellow's a close second. But it was literally just Blue or Red again. Only this time Pikachu followed you around. And you had to deal with Jesse and James. A lot. Tried to follow the show a little bit more. It was good. I enjoyed that. Silver was kind of cool. But that was about it. I like when they brought out Leaf Green and Fire Red, because that, brought the original Blue and Red back into color. I've got I've got Leaf Green. Gave Fire Red to another friend. But Diamond, Pearl, Black, White, Black and White 2. I didn't like them. I played them, and I beat Diamond and Pearl. Never beat Black or White. Never beat Black or White 2. Honestly, I made it as far as the Fun Fair Amusement Festival. And it's like, you're making me do this, and I can't go on unless I do this? No, I don't want to do that. They got rid of that in these. I can run through yes, there's other things you can do, like you have Pokemon-Ami, which, you talk with your Pokemon, make funny faces at them, pet them, play games, and it does help it does give you in-game benefits. It raises your Pokemon's happiness. Some characters can only evolve through happiness, so it's a good thing to see that. But it's not something necessary to the core of the game. I can beat the game without having to do it. In fact, I did. Then I found out that's one of the only ways you can get fairy Pokemon to evolve, so had to go and deal with that. And yeah, these games introduce a new Pokemon type. It's been years since they've released a new type. Last new type to be released was Steel. Now we've got Fairy. And, it's interesting. It took a lot of trial and error to figure out what it's good at and what it isn't good at, but kind of got it settled out now pretty good. And when I was actually in the Elite Four, trying to work my way through them, when I came across this bad boy at my local games shop. This is the Pokemon X and Y Strategy Guide. Look at the size of this thing, alright? And it's beautifully set up. Like, look at this. There we go. Beautifully set up. All the details that you need are in here. You've got maps. You've got, if you wanted to go through here with a pen, you've got checklists for every route to make sure you catch everything that's out there. It's got, you know, a training method for how would you best obtain Pokemon, what's new in the game, the type matchup charts in the beginning, a recommended route for you to take, an overall map of the area. You know, it's pretty good, and for the price of, here in good old Great White North of Canada, $24. $24 for this book. It's not a bad price at all, considering the cost of most strategy guides. Came with a map. Came with a nice microfiber cleaning cloth for the 3DS. Overall, thoroughly impressed. I like the link up with the 3DS and online. It makes it so much easier to battle friends online. You don't have to meet up within a certain range. And you can just battle anybody online if you wanted. You can trade with anybody online if you wanted. It's a great system that they've set up. There's a couple of things I haven't tried, like the global link system, the actual web page where you can keep track of everything, and the Pokemon. There's a data bank, I believe it's called. I could be wrong. It's probably called something else. And with an update that came out to fix a bug that came out in this game, it stabilized that as well. And it's allowing you to bring your Pokemon in from Black and White 2 into this game. I don't care for it. Mainly because I don't care for Black and White 2. These games also introduce the concept of Mega Evolution. Not all characters can do it, and you have to find the right item to be able to make them Mega Evolve. But you can only do it once per battle. I like that, because Mega Evolution, if you time it right, can really change the way a game works. And it's saved my butt more than I can think of. But yeah, you know, I like the story. Story was great. Actually, really well done. I like the characters that you brought around with. I like the look of the world, the camera might not always require it to be in 3D, because the 3D light's off and on a lot throughout the game. Battles are always in 3D. Some of the dungeons you can turn 3D on to get a really cool look, but otherwise instead of having your top down, they kind of tilt the camera so you can see in the distance. Very well done. On top of the running shoes that you could use to move around, the bicycle that you can get, which I still never bothered using because we've got roller skates, and roller skates have me moving around fast enough anyways. I don't find the need for a bicycle unless I need to get to certain paths. So, you know what? As I said earlier, Nintendo, you've outdone yourself. This is the best Pokemon release that I have seen from you in years. I only have one request right now, and let me know down in the comments if you agree with me or not. We need a Pokemon open world RPG. I want to be let me build myself a trainer. Give me some Pokeballs. Let me walk out into the world. I hesitate to say it, but a Pokemon MMO. That's what we need. I want to be able to battle other trainers, wander around this open world landscape, find my own Pokemon. Give me something like that. Put it on the Wii U. I guarantee you put a game like that, you put a Pokemon RPG on the Nintendo Wii U, you will sell them out of stores like hotcakes. They will sell more consoles than a Zelda will sell the console. I guarantee it. Let me know what you think about that in the comments, folks. Take care, Nerds of the North, and gotta remember the one rule. You gotta catch them all. You gotta catch them all. Seriously, you gotta catch them all.